Yeah, fuck it, close enough. Hello everyone, welcome on in. It is time for the last of Zero Escape 999. Yay! Last time we got the tree running, so it feels like a little weird going back and getting the other stuff, but c'est la vie, c'est la vie. Yeah. Hello. Get me in so I can pull up the flow chart, please, and thank you. Come on. Do we have to do this every time, game? I guess so. Give me the menu. The menu. The menu. 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 Okay. So let's see. So there's this little bit over here that we haven't gotten yet. So I do want to knock that out probably first before going and getting the other endings. Yeah, so pretty sure here's the axe ending, but we can get to that so long as we just go into door 8 regardless. Or no. A door, a specific door. And then same thing with the knife ending, we need to go through another specific door. But let's get this all knocked out, because I'm pretty sure we need to go through door 3 for that. Yeah, the 3, 7, and 8 doors. So let's start here.
Well, we can't let his sacrifice go, right?
Like you even...
You say something?
No.
What's the button for this?
Huh?
Congrats on getting
What
first, Peachy.
Oh,
You for...
And thank you for the daily offering.
It's the same.
Got it. You're next.
What is the button?
I'll take 7.
No.
What? What did you just say?
Space? No. What button is it?
Oh, you're gonna
Backspace?
get it next time.
No. What is the skip button? I do not remember.
Alright, who's next?
I feel like I've only ever hit it by accident. Okay, well, yeah. Door 3, let's
I
go.
want to go through door number 3. Nope, you can't.
Blunt? That was very blunt.
Huh? Why? Because it's impossible. If we split ourselves into 3 and 3, then we give up on going through door 3. Why? The bracelet numbers for the 6 of us are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Is it because his number 3 says, like, that's my door? No. Because he knows that there's a dead person behind door 3 because he's Zero's assistant.
There are 2 combinations that can go through door 3 with 3 people. 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, 8.
Or alternatively, 2, 1, 9. But...
That's it. Of course, 2 teams can't go through the same door.
I see. That means one team would get left behind.
That's right.
That doesn't happen if we go through door 7 or 8?
No, they're fine. We've got 3 options.
Santa began to explain.
Option A, have 3, 5, and 8 go through door 7, and 4, 6, 7 go through door 8. Option B, 4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Option C, 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8. Those are the only 3 options. That's it. At least if we want to get all 6 of us out of here.
Wait.
That was when Junpei realized. Plan A divides into 2 teams, 3, 5, 8, and 4, 6, 7. Plan B divides into 2 teams, 4, 5, 7, and 3, 6, 8. Plan C divides into 2 teams, 3, 6, 7, and 4, 5, 8.
But that means...
There was one thing they all had in common.
5 and 6 can never be on the same team.
Oh, poor baby.
If we want all 6 of us to go through a door, then June and I can't go into the same one.
Juno and Junpei had been friends when they were kids. He trusted her more than anyone else on the ship. If she chose 7 or 8, he'd be taken away from her. Was that something he was prepared to do?
Have you mulled it over enough, or do you need more time? Anyway, that's the deal, so think it over. You've got 2 choices, 7 or 8. You can't choose 3. If you choose 3, you're gonna be leaving 3 people behind to die. So what are you gonna do? 7 or 8? Time to choose.
Junpei thought hard. After thinking it over, his conclusion was... Well, we gotta commit.
Sorry, Santa, but I still want to go through door 3.
What? That's nuts! You've gotta be crazy!
I don't know, man. I just get this sinking suspicion that maybe there's something really important behind door 3.
Why the hell are you so obsessed with that door?
I don't know, man. Just intuition.
I'm just...
Junpei paused. He swallowed the words he'd been about to say.
I'm just curious about door 3. That's all.
Because you said I couldn't, not too.
That doesn't explain shit!
I've got a reason. I'd be happy to explain it to you if you'll just come with me.
With that, he began walking toward the door. And the curiosity likely getting the better of them, the others followed. A few of them looked a little suspicious, but Junpei told himself that wouldn't matter. He kept walking and kept silent. Eventually, they arrived at the number 3 door. Junpei stopped.
I'm curious about the red. 7, would you mind authenticating for me?
Why?
Please, just do it.
He stared at Junpei for a moment, then grunted and laid his palm heavily on the door, on the scanner. I can read.
Happy?
Yeah, thanks. The number 7 has been entered into the red.
I'm sorry, just the way Junpei was like, yeah, thanks. Just like, hello.
Next is June. Please touch the red just like 7 did.
Jumpy, what are you trying to figure out?
Yep. I think
Junpei thought about his answer for a moment.
I might have found another way out.
What?
What?
Really?
And that got them excited. Just as Junpei had intended.
Now please, June.
Oh, okay.
7 plus 6 equals 13. 1 plus 3 equals 4. With those 2 numbers in red, Junpei had what he wanted. He casually placed his own hand on the scanner, and the third asterisk blinked on. 4 plus 5 equals 9.
All right. The only people who haven't authenticated now are Santa, Clover, and Lotus.
So, what's your point?
You don't get it. Think about it.
Huh?
What's the sum of your number and Clover's?
12.
And what's the digital root of that?
3.
Which is Santa's number. By the way, Lotus, what's the number that's currently in the red?
7 plus 6 plus 5 equals 18. It would be 9, right?
Yes, and what will the digital root be if you add 3 to that?
3. The door's number.
There you go.
Hey, wait a minute. What the hell are you up to?
I don't know, man. I don't know what Junpei is thinking here.
I'm not up to anything.
Huh?
I'm just waiting.
Waiting for what?
I'm waiting for the balance to shift.
Huh?
Santa, or Lotus and Clover. Once one of you moves, the others won't have a choice. So I'm waiting.
Huh? Junpei laid his hand almost casually on the lever.
You son of a bitch! You tricked us! And all that stuff you were going on about is all bullshit!
Bullshit. Huh. I don't think so. Didn't I tell you I'd figured out another way to get out of here? This is it.
Why the hell would you do something like this?
Great question. Junpei glanced at June.
Jumpy.
You did this just so you could go through the same door as June. That's it?
Santa was furious. His face was red, and flecks of spit flew from his lips as he spoke. Junpei closed his eyes calmly, and then opened them again.
So, who's it going to be? Santa? Or Lotus and Clover?
Shit!
Let's go, Clover. Huh?
Lotus leapt forward. She grabbed Clover by the sleeve and ran for Junpei in the door. I have seen this CG before. I forgot about it till now.
Fuck!
Caught by surprise, Santa froze for a moment, then shot forward like a bullet from a gun. Lotus had a head start, but Santa had the advantage in size and speed. Almost immediately, he passed Lotus and Clover.
Oh, no, wait!
Santa did not hesitate.
Ah!
He slammed his hand down on the red.
This is insane! This isn't right!
Yeah. He glared at Junpei, his chest heaving.
Yeah, well, you may be right,
Junpei's voice was cold, but not without effort.
but
He turned to the red and pulled the lever. With the sound of metal on metal, the door opened. It would only remain so for 9 seconds. There was no time to think. Junpei and his 3 reluctant companions jumped into the door's gaping mouth, one after another. No sooner did they enter than an all too familiar noise sounded from their left wrists. The detonators had activated. Junpei looked back only once and saw Lotus and Clover on the other side of the closing door.
No.
They stood still, stopped where they had been when Santa reached the red. The defeat and desperation on their faces tore at Junpei's heart. Then the door closed and they were gone. Hello, Spooky. Welcome on in.
You son of a bitch, Junpei! This isn't fair!
Santa rounded on Junpei, lightning crackling in his eyes and his knuckles white.
Do you realize what you just did? You leave them out there, and they can't...
Shut it! That's enough!
It hadn't been Junpei that spoke, but Seven.
We gotta find the dead or none of this is gonna matter!
True. The clock was ticking. The dead was their only chance at survival. Unless they could find it and deactivate their detonators, the 4 of them would be.
We got less than a minute left! No time for screwing around! Get moving!
The insistence of going into the 3 door is what you missed, Spooky.
Damn it! You and I are not done yet, bastard!
They scattered and began to scour the room. The activation device was nowhere to be found.
Where the hell is it?
Corridors stretched out in 3 directions, but everyone was blocked off by a wall of metal. There was only one way out. One other door.
Over there! It's gotta be behind the door!
Seven ran for the door, a rusty iron thing. His large hands grabbed hold of the handle and pulled.
damn, it's pitch dark inside.
Can't see a thing!
Junpei stuck his head through the door and looked around the room.
No, wait!
Almost immediately, he spotted the blinking red light on the right wall.
I found it! The dead's right over here!
He stepped into the room.
Ugh. What? The floor's slippery!
He stopped and glanced down at his feet. What was...
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
There's something...
Get over there!
Junpei felt Seven's heavy hand against his back and stumbled across the room. LLR. The other 3 piled in behind him. They all felt immediately that something was wrong. Nothing that could be easily identified, only a sense that something terrible shared the room with them. But there was no time to say so.
Quick! Get to the dead!
They all started running. In the dark, it was hard to tell where the wall was. All they could see was the tiny red light blinking at them over and over and over.
There it is!
In quick succession, they all slammed their hands against the scanner panel. Seven leaned against the wall, gulping air. As his breathing began to return to normal, he glanced at his left wrist and grunted.
It stopped. It stopped.
Junpei could hear him laughing in the dark, but could barely make out the larger man's face.
I don't think I'll ever get used to doing this.
What the?
The sound of retching came from Santa's direction.
What the hell is this smell?
A dead body. A body has been discovered.
This is vile. I'm gonna puke.
So desperate had they been in their race to the dead that no one had noticed the horrible smell that pervaded the room. On one hand, I've only had one delivery so far tonight. Shopping batch, so not that bad. But your night was made either way because you saw a bunny at the drop-off location. Let's go! Aw, you didn't get a pic? Sad. Bunny, though. It was a terrible, nauseating stench, like burnt and rotten meat. Adrenaline had drowned it out, but now it rolled over in Junpei in waves, forcing itself into his nose with every breath he took.
Oh, you're right. Oh, this is...
He felt his stomach clench and bile rise up in his throat.
Let's get the lights on first. There's a switch over here.
The light that spilled in from the door barely illuminated a small switch plate next to the door. Slowly, with the toll of the last few minutes apparent in his gait, Seven walked toward it. He stomped as he got close and extended his fingers toward the switch.
Okay, guys, I'm flipping it on.
There was a soft click as the lights came on. Just as the lights turned on, June took in a short breath, and... a scream echoes through the room. Junpei's breath stopped in his throat. His heart ceased to beat. Time froze. His mind scrambled to make sense of what he saw before him.
What?
Hey. Oh, this is...
What was left of their bodies sat in a sea of blood. Chunks of flesh, torn from the body, sat in the blood like tiny islands in a great red sea. A vast, ragged hole had been torn in the torso, and what remained of his intestines spilled out of it like fresh spaghetti. Smaller chunks of meat had splattered against the wall and become stuck there as they dried. Globules of yellowish fat had left trails like tiny slugs as gravity pulled them down the wall, even as they dried to it.
Looks like an explosion.
Yeah. Seven's voice was low and strained.
Just like the Ninth Man.
Yep, just like the Ninth Man. Killed by the same guy, even.
The detonator in his bracelet set off the bomb in his gun.
Oh god. The bone is coming out of his left arm.
It's definitely an open fracture.
It looked as though the explosion had been quite powerful. His legs were both bent in an odd, unnatural way, and his left arm had split open, exposing the painfully white bone of his ulna. His bracelet lay next to him. It seemed to have hit the wall hard enough to have shattered the display, which lay on the ground in pieces.
The face is the worst.
Yeah, you can't even tell who it is.
Half of his head had simply collapsed. The blood coating almost made it look like raw pizza dough covered in tomato sauce. Stop comparing it to food, buddy. His clothes, too, were covered in blood. The burgundy tie, the white shirt, the jacket with the yellow piping, and the gray slacks.
But the clothes are...
They were all familiar to Junpei.
Is that... Snake?
Santa's voice wavered as he spoke, his mouth dry.
Oh my god.
Finally, Junpei spoke.
Why did this happen?
Because Ace.
No!
Suddenly, June was screaming, her voice broken. It was an eerie scream, full of insanity and not entirely human.
No! No! No!
She shook her head violently and grabbed fistfuls of her own hair. Junpei could hear the sound of hair tearing.
Stop! Calm down.
He grabbed for her wrist.
Hey!
But as he did, June leapt up and ran toward the exit.
Please! Get me out of here! You have to let me out of here!
She screamed at the door, and her fist slammed against it with a hollow sound. Junpei could see drops of blood on her knuckles. Oh jeez.
Why are you doing these horrible things to us? What did we do to deserve this?
June.
She screamed again, a desperate, mindless cry. Her fists flailed against the door.
Get me out of here! Please! Please! Just let me out!
June!
That hits really different knowing what we know. Yeah. Junpei couldn't watch anymore. He ran to June and wrapped his arm around her, pulling the screaming girl away from the door.
Calm down.
No! Get off of me! Let me go! Let me go!
Please, calm down.
She scrambled for a moment, her legs skittering across the floor. Her resistance didn't last long. As suddenly as her outburst had begun, it was over. The manic energy disappeared, and her body went limp in Junpei's arms. June collapsed toward the floor, and Junpei knelt down with her. He felt drops of something warm and wet. Was she crying? A moment later, she began to sob. Her shoulders shook, and great hot tears rolled down her face like rain.
We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be alright, June. It's going to be okay, Connie.
Her name was a whisper.
I'll be here with you, okay?
She nodded once.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jumpy.
Her trembling voice pulled at Junpei's heart. He stroked her hair gently. His face was so close to her. The scent of her hair was nostalgic. Why are you sniffing her?
Do you feel better?
Yes, but I'd like to stay here. For a little while, at least. Jumpy's body is so warm.
Several minutes passed before June's tears had dried. Junpei stood up. He bent down, put his arms under June's, and helped her to her feet. They didn't speak. Neither did Seven or Santa. A person was dead. They had died in that room, in a terrible way. Junpei knew there was no way he could make himself forget that. There was no way any of them could forget it, but warning would do no good. They spread out to search the room, but each felt as if their heart was made of lead.
We better get to it.
Puzzle time. Those letters written in blood. LLR. Do you think that might be some sort of dying message from Snake? No, that's impossible. You saw the body. You aren't doing anything after something like that happens to you. True. And then this... The way the blood's dried tells you it's real old. Whoever blood this is, it ain't snakes. And then you're saying this blood was put here a long time ago? Yeah. LLR. That's where we came in. I guess it's not locked, but there ain't really any point. All that's out there is the numbered door. We can't go back through the numbered door, even if we wanted to. Alright. Toilet paper. Oh, special toilet paper. And it's toilet paper with some kind of red symbols on it. You think maybe that's his... Huh? Sectel cipher? Cytal cipher? Cytal cipher? What the hell is that? You wrap a piece of paper around a stick and then write several sentences on it, so that the whole paper is filled up. Then you unwrap the paper and you can't tell what the original message was, right? And that's how it works, more or less. And then to decipher it, you gotta have a stick that's about the same diameter as the original one. Same diameter as the original one, huh? Yeah. And then you can wrap the paper around that stick and you can read the code. Interesting. So we're gonna need to combine that with the stick. A wooden box. And there's something in here. What the hell is this thing? Some kind of spray bottle? And there's something written on it. Lumen... Can't read anything else. The label's all faded. Let me see that. You just grabbed it from him. That wasn't very nice. No, this is luminol. You know, forensics guys use it at crime scenes. Oh yeah, that stuff that glows blue when you spray it on blood. Even if the blood's been wiped off, it'll still glow. Oh, I know what to do with that then. Anything else? Nothing else, okay. Skittly. Skittly. Wait. You don't really think we're supposed to use the liminal here, do you? Yeah, it does seem kind of weird to use it here. But maybe I should try it just in case. Okay, I sprayed the luminol on the wall. What's next? Do I need something else? Huh? The dividing wall that separates the toilets. Okay. What do you think this is? It looks like tar. It's kind of sticky. I don't think we can just wipe it off. I doubt just pouring some water on is gonna help much either. What about hot water? Hot water? If we had some really hot water, like boiling hot, then maybe that would wash it off. Santa, why are you touching it? You gotta investigate. Oh, so it is Skittly. Okay. Skittly! Comes from Greek, which is baton/cylinder. Ah, that makes sense. Skittly cipher. Skittly do. There's nothing on the toilet. If there was, that would be gross. Okay. Yeah, okay. I already checked all 3 toilets, you know. Nothing unusual here. Okay, sheesh. Can't a boy investigate? Okay, we need a code from that. Come on, man. I said I already checked them. What, you don't trust me? Sheesh. It's the thermometer. Can you get it off? No. It's screwed onto the wall. So we need a screwdriver. There's a piece of paper tied to this pipe with a wire. Notice, drainage valve operation. Please do not flush the water in these pipes. Doing so may cause the drain to overflow. Interesting. I don't know. There's water coming out of the shower head. Let's see if... Shit, that's hot. Really hot. Man, that water must be just about boiling. Okay, so we need a container to collect that, I guess. Alright, let's see if anything happens when I turn you. Nope, nothing. Not even a drop. Is the pipe clogged? Oh, I see. I do not see. Jesus, Junpei, I said I checked them all. Okay, well, meh. Oh, okay. Bucket. Junpei reached for the room, and as he grabbed it, he heard a soft voice from behind him. It was June.
The rabbit hutch.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh, wait, I know what this is about. He turned around. June still looked sadly pale, but there was a smile on her face.
Oh, you just reminded me of it.
Huh?
The rabbit hutch, I mean.
How did I remind you of something like that?
Jumpy and the broom.
Huh?
You're always playing around with the broom in front of the rabbit hutch.
Oh.
I was.
Don't you remember?
Junpei stared at the broom in his hand.
You mean you don't remember that summer either?
She looked very sad. He shook his head.
Of course I remember. How could I forget something like that? It was terrible.
The rabbit hutch floor. They were in the 6th grade. Junpei and June had been assigned to take care of the classroom pets, the rabbits. So I guess the rabbit hutch wasn't that out of nowhere in the true ending, but it was hidden in the 3rd door. Their chief duty was to clean the hutches every morning. On the final day of school before summer vacation began, Junpei overslept. He rushed to school and found June standing in front of the rabbit hutches. No sooner had Junpei arrived than June began to cry. He had no idea why until he looked behind her into the rabbit hutch. The news. The first thing he saw was blood. The hutch was filled with the dead bodies of the rabbits. And even after their teachers and friends came to see what the commotion was, June couldn't stop crying.
I just kept crying and crying until you came over.
As one does when finding the corpses of bunnies.
You held my hand, and you looked very serious, and you said, "Don't cry. I'm gonna catch the person who did this." After you told me that, I finally stopped crying.
Well, the real fun started after you quit crying. You told me we were gonna catch the killer together.
June smiled, and a little of the flush of life returned to her cheeks.
Then we decided that we'd ambush them.
Yeah, I remember.
And school also kept roosters and guinea pigs. Junpei and June had decided the murderer would most likely return to finish off the rest of the animals. They would ambush the killer at night. Junpei and June hid behind the hutch at dusk and waited. It was a warm summer night, and the quiet sound of crickets whispered through the air. As the sun went down, the stars began to wink at them from the sky. And June's Akane Kuroshiki's face. That night was something Junpei knew he would never forget, as long as he lived.
But the murderer never showed up. We waited for them all summer vacation, and they never showed up.
Yeah, but the animals didn't get attacked either.
Yeah.
I think all that work amounted to something, you know?
He'd felt the same way, but it was good to hear her say it.
Although, you know, if you think about it, we were probably taking on a lot more than we could handle.
What do you mean?
She looked up at him, confused.
Oh, come on, we were just kids. If whoever killed the rabbits had actually showed up, they probably would have had a knife or something.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have been pretty worried, right?
I wasn't worried. Because you were there with me.
No. She blushed furiously.
Well, you know, no one else wanted to take care of the animals.
Clearly embarrassed, she tried desperately to change the subject.
I was the only one who asked to do it at first.
Yeah, well, boys don't really want to bother with taking care of animals, you know?
As a fellow boy, agreed to disagree.
Well, yeah, but you asked to do it after I did, didn't you?
If it wasn't the rabbits, they were gonna make me do something else. You know how that school was.
Okay, impressed. Spooky came in through the door and the dog isn't throwing a fit.
I figured it'd be better if I was working with somebody who wasn't too much of a loudmouth.
I
Right?
spoke too soon. Gonna wait for the dog to shut the fuck up.
Somebody who wasn't gonna tell on me if I felt like blowing it off?
Really? That's why you volunteered?
Yeah, it is.
He nodded quickly and much too earnestly, and then quickly looked away at something very important.
Really?
Of course.
That hadn't been the reason, of course. He had asked to take care of the rabbits so that he could be near June. But it had been so long ago, he couldn't bring himself to tell her how he'd felt back then. It would be embarrassing. He took a quick breath to clear his head, tossed the broom up, and then snatched it out of the air.
Well, we don't really have time to be walking down memory lane like this, you know? We've got to figure out a way out of this room.
Yep.
Otherwise...
Yes. I'm gonna look over there.
June nodded curtly, then turned and walked away.
I should get back to it myself.
Yep.
Ah! That's right. The pool of blood.
Yep, the pool of blood from the corpse that's still there. Junpei turned around and looked at the room. At Snake's body. Chunks of flesh and organs still lay on the floor.
Going on and on about old times right next to a corpse? What were we doing? Well, maybe it was because we're in this mess.
Yeah. Despite such a situation, or perhaps because of it, the mind turned to the farthest thing from death that it could find. The rabbit hutch is not the farthest thing from death, but I digress. Still, Junpei couldn't help but feel a twinge of guilt at wanting so desperately to live when Snake lay dead before him.
I have to survive, no matter the cost. I need to make sure she gets out too.
As he stared at the clumps of blackened flesh, all Junpei could think of was how much he wanted to live. Broom. What if I wrap the toilet paper around the broom? Broom wrapped in toilet paper. No, so you wrap the toilet paper around the broom, huh? It looks like the symbol lines up perfectly. It says 634 plus. Yeah. Alright. 634 plus. Maybe I can use the shower here to fill the bucket with hot water. Hey, 7. Could you turn on the shower? I'm gonna put the bucket under the head. No, okay, sure thing. Wee. There's something that looks like tar inside of the toilet bowl. If I flush the hot water from the bucket, that should clean it up. Yeah. Oh. Screwdriver. Alright. Alright, so I just pour the hot water into this tank and... Looks like you filled it. Now you should be able to flush it, right? There's probably a handle somewhere on the tank that you can pull. You think so? Serious? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Some pipes. They're connected to the tank of the toilet. Okay. Just flush. Well, there it goes, just like the toilet should work. 185 equals. And that stuff was washed off. Looks like the writing was numbers. See it? 185 equals? What is this? Something I should write down. That's what it is. Let's see. Ah, okay, thank you so much for doing that work for me. So 634 plus 185, so 9... 819. Okay, thanks. Even less work for me if you're doing the math for me. Sheesh. You got me. Just looks like numbers. Interesting, interesting. Okay.
Hey, Junpei. You know why thermometers only go up to 107 degrees Fahrenheit?
No.
No, I can't say I ever thought about that.
At 107 degrees, the cells in the human body start to die, and the organs begin to shut down. The proteins in your cells start to harden. It's like when you hard-boil an egg. Even if you cool it down afterwards, it won't go back to being a raw egg.
Celsius makes a lot more sense, yeah. But at the same time, you can see that this ends at 75 degrees Celsius. I think I might be talking about well, no, because humans can... I know a fever 104 is really bad Fahrenheit, but like I don't think it's fatal out. I don't think that's what happens at 107 degrees. I don't know, man.
In other words, it's dead. That's why thermometers don't go past 107. There's no point.
Oh yeah?
But it's pretty rare for a fever to get that high.
Yeah.
Even viruses and stuff don't usually drive the body temperature up to 107.
You know, it's talking about body temperature thermometers, I guess. Because, like, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever heard about a fever quite that high.
Of course, there are other external things that could.
Like what?
Well, let's see. Something like getting locked in a sauna. Or getting thrown into an incinerator and burnt to death.
Oddly specific example. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would get a little hotter than 107 degrees Fahrenheit.
Junpei. Junpei.
All right, I got it! Huh? What's up?
Nothing. Forget about it.
What was that all about?
Don't worry about it, Junpei. You're not gonna live to see the end of the day anyway. Oh, he took the thermometer off. It says, open at the bottom of the gauge. I wonder what it means. Maybe when it gets that hot, something will open? Interesting. Yeah. If I can get this hot water on the thermometer, then maybe. Alright, thermometer. Let's get this party started. Junpei, what the fuck? Yep, looks like that's doing the trick. Here goes the gauge. Now it's at the open mark. Huh, it opened. Shocking. What's this? Looks like there's a piece of paper in here. Ah, another plus. Can you add the 957 to the number you had earlier, Peachy? The 819? Gonna add that to my notes. 957. Okay, 1776. Isn't that a year that has something to do with the gigantic or Titanic? Like, is there even anything to do here? The pipe on the right here must be connected to the drain in the middle of the room. If you turn on the water here, it'll probably come up through the drain. So this one I still need to turn on, I guess? I don't know, man. It's the year America won its independence from Britain. Titanic was 1912, got it. Well, anyways, let's try it out. Nothing happens when I press these buttons. Well, it looks like the power's on. I'm wondering what the deal's up with those things that say lock up there, though. I see. Okay. So we still gotta do other things first. Let's work to the toilet stalls. Santa says he's already checked them out. Didn't find anything, apparently. Okay, there might be something in the tank, you know? Let's open that shit up. There is something. Red key card. It's a red key card. Probably a key card. Oh, it's a red card. Probably a key card. I can read. Do you remember if you saw a card reader anywhere around here? No? LLR. That means you're supposed to add something to 957, doesn't it? Well, yeah, that doesn't take a genius to figure that out. The problem is what to add. I know what to add, but we can't... I think we have to do something else before it's gonna let us enter a password. Maybe we have to disable those two things that say lock. First... Lock, huh? There's a blue light next to it, but it's off. Yeah, it still says lock. Oh, key... The red light's on, Jumpy. Okay, so we need to get a blue thing too then, to swipe, probably. Has to do something with this, right? But I don't know what to do. Where'd the blue one? I don't know. There are any other hints, so I'm not really sure what to do to get that one on, because I imagine this one has to turn on. Otherwise it wouldn't be applicable. What's next? Right. Really? Okay, so LLR. That's what the order for the pipes then. LLR. I'm gonna scream. All I had to do was mess with the fucking switch. Anyways. So LLR. Yep. No, I did what it said on the wall. Wonder if it actually did anything. Hey, this drain's acting up. What the hell did you do? I just messed with the valves a little. Nothing big. Junpei, please. Okay, so it's not to do with that. It has to do with this one, probably. Or... Huh? What did... Okay. It's because you open the valves and the drain overfills. Ari, the note, look in the drain. Drain. Screaming. Jumpy, the cart is floating. Looks like the water floated the cart up out of the drain. Grab it. The blue cart is floating in the water. Grab it, you dimwit. There must be water floating through the pipe on the right. There's water pouring out of the drain. Jesus. Why is he so stupid? Me too, though. Great job, Jumpy. Both of the lights are on now. Now you just need to put in the password. Whatever that is. Both lights are on. We should be able to enter the password now. And what's with these E and C keys? E means enter, and C means clear, I think. So after you put in the password, hit E. If you screw it up, hit C. Thank you. Let me enter it. Meow, hello Catman, welcome on in.
There's a large iron door at the end.
So there is.
Let's take a look. Huh?
C means cat, and E means eat. Do not eat the cat. Huh? And they turned around. Seven was doing something to the door of the shower room.
What are you doing, Seven?
Propping the door open.
Well, I figure maybe we might want to come back here sometime.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I stuck the broom in there to keep the door from shutting. Alright, let's go.
What if the cat eats you first? Well, then, I don't know. You don't have to worry about it. You'll be eaten. With that, he stood up and began walking down the hallway. He brushed past Junpei and kept going. After a moment, the rest of them followed him. Before long, they found themselves at the large iron door. He had only been there for a moment when June spoke up.
Jumpy, look!
He turned. There, on the right side of the hallway, was a piece of paper attached to the wall.
What's up?
What's that on the wall there?
A map, probably.
Oh, I think it's...
Junpei ran over and peeled it off.
a map of the ship's interior?
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor, then. We'll have time to study it later. Let's keep going for now.
Junpei folded the map and stuffed it into his pocket. Back at the door, the four of them lined up in front of it. Santa stepped forward. He grabbed hold of the door and then turned to look back at the rest of them.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
They nodded. Santa nodded back and threw the door open. All four of them leapt through.
What the?
You're shitting me.
It took only a moment for them to realize where they were.
We're back.
And they had been there only a short time ago. It was the large hospital room, filled with countless beds. Lotus and Clover looked up as they entered. Ace was there as well, although he looked as though he had only just woken up.
Clover! Lotus! And Ace! I'm glad you're all okay. Lotus? What are you...
The moment they spotted Junpei, Lotus and Clover headed straight for him. As she neared him, Lotus drew back her hand. Yeah, deserved. And slapped him, open-palmed, across the face.
How could you do this to us?
Her face was furious.
Yeah.
She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
Knock it off. We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake. Shake him up!
What?
Go have a look. I stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
Then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You know.
You'll know when you see it.
Fine, let's go.
Lotus and Clover looked at one another for a moment, then nodded and stepped through the door. By then, Ace had made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who'd only just woken from a lengthy slumber.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head weakly.
Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Seven nodded.
Very well.
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. I'm gonna check the flow. Okay, so this is the last one. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. How many times had he heard it? He never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. It was Clover. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly onto her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way.
Okay, this isn't really new information.
It's pretty straightforward. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3.
It was in fact control for skipping. Good job, Peachy. Zero's still on the ship with them. Of course. Zero's one of us. Yeah. Looks at June and to Santa. Was he one of them? Well, that's possible. kind of fun picking these knowing what the actual answer is. But yeah, we've already been through this. None of this is gonna be new.
Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Like, part of me's like, okay, yeah, that's it. That's for, like, it. But, like, I kind of want to know why we get forced into just picking door 1 after doing this, I guess. So, I don't know. Let's keep skipping through and see what happens. Because it is quite curious that we get, like, we have no choice but to.
Here we go.
They stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Between the two elevators was a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. Junpei stood in front of it with the Mercury key card.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Yeah, hello Relix, welcome on in.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
He took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. It made a small beep and the lights on the reader blinked to life.
Now we can go.
7 people, including Junpei, climbed onto the elevator.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
How goes doors the door inning? Not too bad.
C and bottom.
C bottom. Mr. Destroyer did nothing when
Time
pushed.
to head down then.
We went through the 3 door and solved that. At this point, I'm just continuing on because I'm curious as to why we can only pick door 1 after doing door 3, so... The door closed, slowly they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator and onto the bottom deck. They stepped off and saw that the hallway to the right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was now a dead end. But not a regular dead end. 2 door.
This is a numbered door.
Or maybe it wasn't the 2 door. We already did door 3. You missed us doing door 3. Right. Okay, so I kind of... Okay. Yeah, because you can only do door 2 after picking door 3, regardless of starting with door 4 or 5. And since we're at door 2, I think I can guess why.
Yeah, it's door 2.
Immediately, they began to discuss who would go through it.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Yeah. Okay.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
Yeah. That's why they could only go through door 2 and then get themselves the sub-ending. I'm curious who goes through
We
it.
should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
The first to speak up was 7.
I'll go too.
And I suppose I need to go too then.
Yeah. Junpei followed suit, which meant Lotus was by default the 3rd member. Yep, okay. And we know what happens from there. Everyone's dead, and then there's a sub and more death.
Alright, we're taking off.
Yep, we know what happens. That's okay. No one's 6 and 2 doors.
One, two, three, four. Alright, 7 pieces.
So, door 1 for axe ending, door 6 for knife ending. Let's go through door 6 because I'm not 100% sure if we'll actually get the axe ending just because we have gotten the story checks before. Let's see though. I said door 6, right? My memory's so bad. Yeah, door 6.
We should get going as well.
No. We... Okay, we progressed onto here now.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah.
New paintings followed, Santo. I can't skip through this, which is interesting. Oh, okay. That's what that is. Stop.
I believe the box has reached the floor.
Yeah. June's.
She doesn't...
Well, of course.
What could be caused?
Nah. She gets... Have you think?
So you're...
Yeah, we're just... How the heck? We're just...
Again, you mean. Is that.
Dunno, but...
Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay, so... What do we need to do first in order to start doing shit here? Right, we need the thingy for that first. Well, I guess not first, but we need the thingy for that. That was the cargo thingy, wasn't it? Into the furnace. memory game now for how to solve puzzle. I didn't break it broke by itself. Junpei. Let's turn it, buddy. Blah, blah, blah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Unless we accidentally did this.
She doesn't seem to be improving.
Cool. Put the coal in it. Right, the box. Have fun filling the furnace with coal. That's not what I meant to click. Let me grab it. Let me do the puzzle. Okay. Ba -ba -ba -ba. Yeah,
Yes!
I did the
The door's open!
puzzle. You guys proud of me? I went through that room like it was nothing. It's like I've done this before or something. Santa looking a picture of his sister while his sister's right
Have
in
you
front
ever
of her.
heard the story of the two Santa Clauses?
Why did it stop there?
It goes that a long time ago, there were two Santas.
This is new information, I'm pretty sure.
One of them wore white, and the other one wore black. The white Santa gave presents to good kids, and the black Santa played tricks on bad kids.
Obviously, you're pulling from the morphogenic field, so true.
They went on like that for a while, but eventually the black Santa's tricks started to get worse and worse. Pretty soon, the white Santa couldn't stand it anymore, and he stabbed the black Santa to death.
Hello?
When he stabbed the other Santa, the white Santa got blood all over his clothes.
No shit? That was the red Santa.
And that's why, these days, his clothes are red.
This is,
You could say that red is all that's left of the black Santa.
Junpei was silent. He could think nothing to say. Same, buddy. Jin was staring at Santa, sadness plain on her face. He continued.
I wonder which Santa I am.
You're wearing both black and white, so you're not making it easy to make a joke here, but...
The white Santa or the black Santa?
The gray Santa.
Huh.
Oh.
They're sad noises.
All right, let's go.
Santa stood up suddenly, his downcast demeanor gone. He shoved the picture back into his pocket and headed back up the stairs, taking them two at a time.
Huh?
Junpei and Jin looked at one another, and there was nothing they could think of to say.
Hey, what are you two doing?
Lollygagging.
Let's get moving, come on!
Santa's voice echoed across the room from above them.
Let's go.
Yeah.
They nodded and followed him quickly up the stairs. Ace was waiting for them at the top. He was leaning against the handrail. He looked very tired.
Oh, you're finally back.
Okay, old man. Man, that's some Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is based on Odin's steed Sleipnir, who had a habit of eating Odin's enemies and staining its snout red tier bullshit. I mean... Like, I know Santa isn't talking about Santa, but still. Santa is talking about Santa because he is Santa, remember? Cargo room time. Santa. I don't think there's any here. Yeah. How many do we have? Okay. Alright, there's nothing in those spots. Got it. Yep. Ah, right in here. How cute, they were together. Do I have everyone now? Yeah, 4-1. Ace is outside of them, that's interesting. Anyways.
Now we finally have.
I'll leave the rest to you.
Hey, wait!
Hello? He quickly turned and walked away.
What's wrong with him?
How peculiar.
Oh well, whatever.
Doing his best to clear his mind for the task at hand, he turned back toward the boxes.
Time to solve the 9 boxes puzzle.
Well, I did want to do this, so... Will it actually let me do this? 9 cards with pictures and 9 boxes. Junpei stared at them for a moment and then began.
Ace's card is in box 1.
Nope,
Snake's is
still
in
won't
number
let
2.
me do the click. I want to click them.
I just need to do the same for the rest.
No shit, I wanted to do it.
And finally,
I didn't want you to
Game's
narrate,
card
I
into
want to
box
click
9.
it. Me. All 9 boxlets popped open at
Yeah!
once.
Oh, they opened!
He peered inside.
What the?
In each box was a single pin.
9?
They looked a little like sewing pins, but much
I
thicker.
guess I'll take them with me.
Junpei collected them all quickly and shoved them into his pocket. Wee, the pins. I hated that puzzle. Didn't want to do that. I don't want to do math. Blah, 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 blah. Man. Do I still have it in my notes? What works for what or no? Not in particular. Boo. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That did nothing. Probably because they counteract each other. Right, okay. Well, this is off to a strong start in that case. I think I did this before too. Anyways. That turned off 9. Okay, got 1 on 9 on the board. Damn it. Let me stop turning off the 9, but that's fine. Okay, Okay, got 5 and 9 on now. It's got 3, 4, 7, 8. What has a digital root of 3? And the digital root of 4. Yeah, okay, now I need digital roots of 7 and 8. Okay. That one's 7, so then for 8... I wish I could use the digital root calculator right now, but alas... Yeah, I did it! God, that took me so long the first time I remember for sure. Yep. At least this one's a little easier. 5 in the center, and then everything else needs to add up to 10, so put 1 and 9 here. For instance... No? Okay. Right. The F. Press F to pay respects. F means 15 in this case, though. Because everything needs to add up to 15. No. I can't brain. Seven plus 8 is 13, right? So then... Or is it 7 plus 6 equals 13? Seven plus 8 is 15. 7 plus 6 is 13. Okay. Man. I don't remember exactly, I just remember for a fact, like, generally, like, everything needs to be, like, across from its counterpart for 10, but everything still needs to add up to 15, and that's why 5 is in the center. Screaming. Hello, Axo, welcome on in. What equals 14? Because I want to, like, figure out where the higher numbers go first, because that would be easier. 8 plus 6 equals 14? Okay, so then those two can be in the same thing. Then put 4 here and 2 there. Or no, 4 here. Silly. Put the 1 there, the 9 can go there. 7 probably? No. Damn. It is a puzzle game. I am suffering. Because everything needs to equal 15. I hate when math. What's the goal of this one? Everything has to equal 15. Diagonal, across, up and down. Everything needs to be 15. Yeah. Four plus 2 equals 5. No, not. Equals 6. So that's 15. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Maybe? No. Yeah, my diagonals are fine. It's mostly the top, bottom rows, and the most left and most right that needs to be figured out. That's the main thing here. Because with 5 in the center, like, everything else is fine. I hate when math. 9 plus 5 plus 1 equals 16, though. Yeah, so that means that the 9 and 1 can't be. Do you think you should keep the 9 plus 5? 9 plus 5 plus 4 diagonal? Wait. Yeah, so 9 plus 1 equals 10. 10 plus 5 equals 15. So 1 and 9 have to go across each other. So for the diagonals, it's super easy, because everything just needs to be plus 10 outside of the 5. Yeah, you're good, you're good. It's really a matter of figuring out what 3 numbers, because, like, it only matters so much otherwise. It's just what other numbers equal 15 out of the other numbers outside of 5. That's the main catch here. Looking at the numbers for too long makes your head hurt. I know. I've struggled with this puzzle before. I should actually have numbers here. That maybe 9 plus 6 equals 15. So right. That does have to be a straight line. Thank you, Relix. So like that in the center. So if you want 5 in the middle, we know the top. Yeah. That has to be a straight line. I guess it doesn't matter if we're... Either way, I guess it doesn't matter too much. Either way, it's interchangeable. But what plus 9 other than 1 and 5 equals 15 as well is another issue. So now 1 has to have 8 and 6 next to it, yeah? So if 8 goes there, then 2 goes there. 6, so then 4, but does that work? Well, yeah, 6 plus 9 equals 15. Yeah, okay. Now, where does the 3 go and the 7 go? 6 plus 2 is 8, so yeah, 7 goes there and 3 goes there. Yay, thank you! I'm so glad you guys have a brain cell, because I do not. Yay! And there's still more, unfortunately. I remember Catman in particular helped me with this one before. I think I remember the gist of it, though. Can you just let me do the puzzle? Okay. Yes, I know. Let me in. Okay, no, I fucked that up. Sobs. Okay, well that was, yeah, it's okay. Okay, so after this is where I blank on what exactly to do next. That might have been dumb. Yeah, that was dumb. Or... yeah, no, that was stupid, actually. Hang on. No. I hate it here. I remember this for a fact. It's just the after this that I don't remember for sure what to do. I got it. Look at me, I'm smart sometimes. Only sometimes.
Mummy!
What if he took the gun? Like, can Junpei have the gun? Or is Ace really gonna be the one to take it again? Unless Santa takes it. Jumpy. I know. I'll be there in just a minute. Can we not take the gun? I'm not thinking about the coffin. I want the gun, Junpei. You do not understand, you idiots. Fine. Yay, looks like it's open, Jumpy. Wee, get out of here. Interesting. Okay. Nine doors, dun dun dun. Everyone go back. Right, Clover. How does Ace keep finding the time to kill people? It's kind of impressive, honestly. Junpei and June ran into the central hospital room and looked around.
She's not here.
No,
We know where she
isn't.
is. They searched a little longer, but with no luck. They couldn't find Clover.
There's no sign of her.
Finally, they gave up and left the central hospital room. Slowly, they made their way back to the hallway. At last, they reached the stairs and Junpei spoke.
Alright, I'm thinking we should probably split up. I'll head back to the stairs and take the elevator down to E-Deck.
I don't think that's a good idea, buddy. Hello, Spy Check. How's it going? Welcome on in.
June, you can take the stairs up to B-Deck.
All right, that sounds good. But,
What?
could you stop calling me by that code name when we're alone?
Huh? Sure, right. I'll do that.
It's almost cute. There was a reason Junpei persisted in calling her June, even when they were alone. Although, perhaps not the best reason. He was embarrassed to call her by the nickname he'd used when they were children. Makes sense. And Junpei, activate your wrist. So true. Connie. 9 years ago, it came naturally, after all. They were children, yeah. But now they were adults, it felt strange. Regardless of what he might hope for, To call a woman he wasn't dating by such a childish nickname felt odd to him. Well, obvious solution, start dating. And of course, to call her Miss Kurashiki would be even more awkward, and simply Kurashiki would seem a little brusque. And although he couldn't put his finger on why, it felt somewhat forward to call her Akane when they hadn't seen one another for so long. Love the slow dance music, yeah? In short, it was simply easier for him to call her June and leave it at that.
Jumpy.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
Junpei and his straight man struggles for
All
real
right,
cannot
I'm
relate.
going then.
Yeah, be careful.
Don't get stabbed to death, Connie. June, or perhaps more appropriately, Connie, blushed and smiled.
You be careful too, Jumpy.
Yeah, got it.
Aw, even her text box name changed. Even though it's not a text box, but you know. Junpei looked after her for a moment as she ran up the stairs, then turned around and took off for the hallway. His canonically by. I don't know if I was here to ensure gay scene with Snake and Door 4. Yeah, that's fair. Like, when we first encountered Snake and Ace, too, like the very first time, like there was no straight explanation for the way he described them, so... Snake and Ace are hot. Maybe if Ace wasn't a fucking asshole. He sure do be running around. I'm looking at these men very politely. Tragedy always strikes when one least expects it. Nah, I think I was pretty expected this time, Junpei. But to wait for a man to stand before striking him down seems almost crueler than dealing the fatal blow while he lies on the ground. A light in a dark place, June's smile had given him hope, both for escape and possibly for something else. It was that hope that raised his spirits just enough that they might soon be fully dashed. I'm gonna call him Prince in a not gay way, right? He opened the elevator door, and there she was. A woman sat, slouched against the wall. Lotus. Junpei felt his blood turn to ice. Her body was limp, and her skin smooth and pale as always. Yeah, that's pretty dead. It was covered in bright red blood. Junpei felt his chest constrict. He couldn't breathe, and his legs began to shake. A slow, cold drop of sweat trickled down his back. He felt his stomach somersault. Junpei's mind went blank. All his thoughts replaced with endless hissing white. Driven by little more than instinct, he began to walk toward Lotus, slowly. You always join at fun moments? Yeah, this is a very fun moment. What are you talking about? This is the most fun that ever be had in this game. Not the Dedge mom, yeah. Each slow movement of his stiff limbs brought him closer to her corpse. Finally, he stood next to her. Robotically, he bent down and put his hand against her neck. There was no pulse. No rise and fall of breathing. She was slightly warm. Something somewhere in Junpei's shaken mind told him that meant she had been killed recently. Yes, Junpei thought, his mind slowly returning. She had been killed. Someone had killed her. There was a deep cut on the left side of her chest. Blood still oozed from it, although clearly her heart had stopped beating some time ago. The weapon had been a knife, then. Perhaps she'd been stabbed in the heart once. She would have died immediately. He took little comfort from knowing she must have suffered very little. Only then did Junpei notice. Lotus's bracelet was gone. Yeah, I had the feeling.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only two ways to do so. One, you escape from this ship. Two, your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the backside of the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
Was that why the killer had ended Lotus's life? So that they might have the number 8 bracelet? If that was true, then the killer was whoever wanted the number 8 bracelet. Or perhaps more accurately, the person who would gain the most by obtaining bracelet number 8. Who is that? Who would benefit the most from the number 8 bracelet? You know, some lunatic that goes by Ace. The thought only just entered Junpei's mind when... Oh, his turn to die. He heard a noise. It sounded like a knife. It sounded like a sharp knife cutting through wet meat. It struck him as strange that the noise came from inside his own body. Yeah, that is very odd. A moment later, the pain hit him. It wasn't merely pain. There was heat, extreme heat as well. He felt as though molten iron had been splashed against the side of his body. Finally, his brain made the connection. He had been stabbed. But where? His body was quickly going numb. He couldn't tell where the knife had met his flesh. Given the circumstances, however, he had most likely been stabbed in the back. Wow. Backstabbed nonetheless. Sheesh Ace. I would say I'll at least have the courtesy to look him in the face, but he has face blindness. That wouldn't work out very well. TF2 style. Congrats, Junpei. That's your body's inflammatory response. Whoever had killed Lotus had now done the same to Junpei as well. His voice was little more than a weak groan. With what little strength he had left, Junpei turned his body, trying to catch a glimpse of his attacker. But as he did, the knife dug itself in deeper, twisting viciously. But that's just cruel, man. He collapsed to the floor, a puppet with its strings cut. His arms and legs lay where they fell, oddly twisted and awkwardly positioned. Junpei's body was entirely numb. He could feel the blood leaking out of him, but nothing would move. Nothing save his eyes. As he lay on the floor, his life ebbing away, Junpei finally saw his attacker. 2 tiny images of the killer reflected in his eyes. With that recognition came nothing. He felt no emotions, not anger, not sadness, not regret. The paralysis that had claimed his body had reached his mind. His killer glanced down at his body. Clearly 0. Then, without a word, climbed into the elevator and was gone. Bye, Ace. His eyesight began to fade, the world grew blurry, and began to dissolve into an empty white fog. The fog crept into the edges of his mind, and worked inexorably inward. Soon, it swallowed up the last that remained of Junpei's mind, and his consciousness left him. There was nothing more. He saw Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast has funds. Mr. Beast has motive for content. Mr. Beast equals 0. Oh boy. There was nothing more. Into utter emptiness, he fell. Into 0. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. Bye, Junpei. It was nice knowing you. Bad end? Interesting. I don't think the other one said bad end before. Bye, Junpei. Knife. Okay, so then... If so true. Okay, to get the axe ending, we just have to go into door 1. Yeah, so hopefully it will let us just go and do that without having to do any of the true ending again. Let's see. Yeah, door 6. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it.
One, two, three, four. All right, 7 pieces. The first one says Ace request.
You adore the axe ending? Nice. Well, good thing we plan to get the axe ending. We got the true ending last week, and since this is the 9th stream, it just felt appropriate to, like, might as well get everything that we didn't do, you know? Door 6, right? My memory go burr. Yeah, door 6.
I want to go through door 6.
You know what? That is a good question. Door 1 for the axe ending. I'm stupid. The power of technology. Door 3 was your first choice. You adore how unhinged Junpei gets. Yeah, that was very special. We did that earlier because I didn't do that at all before. When I first did it, I decided to get the safe ending out of the way to increase the likelihood to just, like, get the true ending the next try, but then I ended up picking the wrong door and got the sub ending. And then went back, picked the right door, got the true ending. So... because I happened to do all the dialogue picks on my own correctly. So that's why, like, I'm not 100% sure if we'll just get the axe ending. We'll see, though. Hope if the game is nice, it will let me have the axe ending without having to do anything else. But we'll see. Here we go again. Time for this. If you solve the puzzle before there are checkpoints to skip puzzle, there are? How? I mean, like, there's this. Yeah, I guess I could just, like, proceed onto the novel here, huh? Is the drop-down checkpoints in each puzzle room? I'm still confused a little bit. Click again. Pocket watch. I mean, we just came up to this part anyway. I don't think this is one that made a difference for the endings. Yeah, no, that one isn't one that changes the ending. New content, yeah. I am curious. He's like, yeah, there is a problem,
Yeah,
actually.
there is.
Fuck you, Ace. Ace's eyebrows went up. Auto mod. Yeah, there is, motherfucker.
You checked on us. Now get out of here. We split this stuff up for a reason, all right?
That's why. We didn't have to split up the work.
Ace is so taken aback.
I just want to talk to Clover alone. That's why I sent Ace to the wheelhouse. There's something I want to ask, and I don't want anyone to overhear. I'm pretty sure Clover won't talk if there's anyone else around.
Of course.
That's why when Ace showed up again, I got a little desperate. I had to make him leave.
That's funny. Ace opened his mouth and then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see. Of course.
He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover.
I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
He thinks we were straight. Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left. Dear. Okay. But does talking to Clover here, like, about this stuff mean I'm not able to get the axe ending? I don't know. Oh. Because, like, I don't know where the axe ending starts and the true ending doesn't start, I guess. But I have to go back to, like, other choices and, like, not get all of them fulfilled. Oh yeah, you're fixing Clover. Yeah, I don't... Helping her cope. Ace just killed a man. Yeah, that didn't really help me. That didn't actually have me skip the puzzle. I didn't want to do that. Oh my god. And I can't go into the flowchart because fuck this. We already went through this. Yeah, that's a problem because you're annoying. Go away. Can I go to the flowchart now? No. Why can't I go to the flowchart? Let me be free. Chatterell. Please, let me be free. People die in this game? Yeah, people do die in this game. People do die when they are killed. Welcome on in, by the way. Bookmark, it's your first time chat. People use objects to kill people in this game. Yeah, they do. Earlier was a knife. I think this time is going to be an axe, so long as we actually get that axe ending. Oh, we got in all the endings except for the axe ending. Only downside of the flowchart skip feature is that it does save you replaying puzzles. I mean... It's not... I mean, what you suggested just, like, had me do that again twice. So, like, I don't think that's how you actually skip the puzzles. I think the only way would be to, like, click on the thing that is in the puzzle. It's like, maybe if I click here, because it seems like this is where there's a split anyway. Let me have the axe ending. The axe ending does in fact involve an axe. The axe was in that room. In the room that we were just in. You're on the timeline where you fix her, you think? Okay, so it's just gonna toss me onto the true ending again, I guess.
Just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
Yeah. Cause like, so then I have to go back to other choice points then to, like, get off of that track then. All the way back to door 5? Man. Or the red door one. Red door. I mean, I think I should just be able to go back and, like, when asked, what do you want to do? Answer gave her the 4-leaf clover. When was that? Isn't there a thing you give her that makes her happy? The first thing that you gave her was the 4-leaf clover. Yeah, I guess we do have to go all the way that far, I guess. You just don't do that. When was that? I think that was the room before this. So... okay, go and pick door 8. I think this would be the best option to do the... Let's see. No, maybe not there. That's not exact. It didn't say anything about doors. Give me back. Get me back. Is it here? Yeah. Because if we go into door 8, then we won't be able to give it to her, I don't think. I did do door 3, yeah. I actually started the stream in door 3. It was special. It made the thing about the bunnies in the true ending make sense and less out of nowhere, but still is abrupt. The edgy option, yeah. I refuse to be separated from June. Anyway, are we going in with June? Well, not June. Clover. June defo killed the bunnies to get closer to Jumpy. But the middle schoolers that were pouring gasoline on the kittens said that they did it, so... or high schoolers, whatever. Just dumb kids doing dumb kid shit. Are they 8th graders? I don't know, man. It doesn't matter that much. Screw them kids. Yeah, especially the type of kids that would kill bunnies and put gasoline on them. Blah blah blah. No thoughts head empty. June made that up. I don't know, man. Yeah, so if we go to door 8, then door 1, then should be able to get the axe ending. No issue. So then if we just jump down to here.
One, two, three, four. All right, 7 p.
Lotus and 7 together are funny. Lotus and 7 doing Super Smash Bros. Brawl, yeah. Since I know where the pocket watch is, if I just grab the pocket watch, that should let me know, right?
Oh.
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Oh, I just thought I'd come check up on the two of...
Yeah! You checked.
But why did I say... I didn't need to speak to Ace that way. I feel kind of off somehow.
I don't know, man. You definitely needed to speak to him that way. He deserved it. You can use those checkpoints you mentioned to skip puzzles. Yeah, I know, but I knew exactly where the pocket watch was. It was easier to just get the pocket watch. Ace opened his mouth and took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face. And of course he still interprets that way.
well.
Yeah, shut up. Get out of here, loser. Yeah, given that Junpei had the reaction, that means we should be good for the axe ending. Are you good, Junpei? For no reason, he could fathom. Junpei's head began to hurt. Sorry, not sorry.
Ah, what the hell? My head.
Take some Excedrin, buddy. A sharp pain in his head. How much time passed? He wasn't sure. About 2 hours this time. Excedrin is OP, yeah. But he did notice when he strode through the door. His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent. Because he does. He probably just killed a man.
Yes. There was something I wanted to check, if you don't mind.
Yeah?
Yeah? What's that?
Pardon me.
With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
You know, just touching and grabbing.
Whoa, what are you putting your hand in my pocket for? Stop!
He reached for Ace's arm. But it was already too late. In the older man's hand were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden into his pocket.
Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you, when we voted? Well, I can't say that I care. I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Twink grab, so true.
Then why did you...
To distract you from the man he just killed.
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Not because of that, but for other reasons. Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand, and he knew it. You could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
Silver Fox Frizz. Okay. Nope, not that. Menu. Switch it up on me. Okay, and then if we skip all the way over here. It's out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit, before turning like a great backward L. Maybe if we just skip. Yeah. We'll stop when there's new stuff. It's smart like that. And grabs a drink of popcorn, so true. Clover, clover, clover. Stuff in your pockets.
I wonder.
So do I.
What the hell?
Come on, we gotta hurry.
So true. Hey, Clover, by any chance, did you see if the axe was still there or not? No? Okay. With that, Clover ran, straight past the somewhat confused Junpei. As she did, he caught a glimpse of her back. Does she have the axe?
Huh? Clover, what's that on your back?
An axe, perhaps? Sticking up from her collar was something that looked like a big wooden stick. An axe, perhaps.
A stick? Hey, Clover! What the hell's that thing on your back?
Oh boy. She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared.
Is she ignoring me?
Yeah, I mean...
For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later and ran off after Clover. I'm sure it will make plenty of sense later, but I don't think it's the kind of sense you want to be made clear of. It's kind of sexist to talk about her that way, SMH, SMH, SMH. What could possibly go wrong? Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs.
The big stairs. Huh. So this is where it ends up. Just like it says on the map.
Shocker. It was just like he expected to see after reading the map. His "I see" after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace, did he head down?
He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
And not just Ace, Santa, June, Seven and Lotus as well.
Really?
Let's join them.
Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time.
Jumpy! Clover!
June's face was excited. Something had happened, that much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
The 9 doors. Given the situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We found it!
Found what?
The 9 doors.
We found it!
What did you find?
The 9 doors.
The last door! We found door 9!
Silly, silly June. But there is 2.
What?
Come on!
Can I-
Just follow us. We'll explain on the way.
No, can't skip.
Okay.
Seven turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
The rest followed.
Jumpy! We finally made it!
The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each one of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it. At least not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then probably was.
We've reached the end.
You could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of an escape was an exciting one.
But something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way?
Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
90 minutes.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie. Words.
Let's go, Jumpy!
June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. They were quiet for a while, until... They had just reached C deck when Clover spoke.
Hey, what about door 2?
Everyone else stopped. They all turned to look at Clover. Seven spoke.
What about door 2?
Door 2 is the only one we haven't gone through it, I mean.
Yes, that is true.
Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean?
I don't remember what's behind door 2, not gonna lie.
So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors.
What's the point? Huh? What's the point in going to door 9? We can't all go through it. Right? Then we should do what we have to do before we go any further. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know? Or what? You think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go? Do we really want to do that again?
Well, Clover, have you considered your brother's in a coffin, and then all of a sudden you'll have number 2 and you can all go through door 9s?
Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out. Huh.
Quack.
I don't know what might be in there. We may not find anything.
I generally do not remember what's in door 2.
But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys?
Yeah, you do have a point.
I trust her, not a bad idea. Though there's not an agreement.
The last time I checked the clock, it was 4:30. It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have time to take a look.
You're right. Let's go take a look at door 2.
Door 2. They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the large hospital room.
The elevator can take us down to door 2.
Who shall go then?
Let's see.
Me. I'm going.
Now that makes sense.
Then June, 7, and I need to go with her.
4 plus 3 plus 7 plus 6. I can read ordered. 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2.
Hey, why do you get to...
I don't mind. We'd only waste time arguing over it.
True.
Jumpy, I'm okay too.
I hate your relics.
See?
Can we just go now?
Fine.
All right, let's get going.
I'll see you later.
You know what I should do, Relix? On Friday, I should put a second bird cage around you. Yeah. Double the bird cage. I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Be careful.
They climbed into the elevator, and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace, and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke.
Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me?
Go with you? Well, I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s. Well, I'm a mother. Would that be a problem for you?
That wasn't what I meant to... I was hoping you would come with me.
Seriously, though. I was kidding. So, where was it you wanted to take me?
On the deep.
There's something I wanted to show you.
The 9 doors. And a knife.
Hey man, what the hell? I'm not important enough?
Well, it's not like that. Once I've shown Lotus, I'll show you.
Huh.
Really?
Of course.
Ace's smile was friendly.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Thanks, Junpei. Are you coming, Lotus?
Fine. Doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon. I might as well go and see whatever it is you think is so
Don't
important.
do it. Not Ace fixing to get the fuck out of there. Yeah.
Thank you. Well then, shall we go?
Ace turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. They disappeared into the hallway on the left. Fun. Time seemed to drag as Junpei waited for the others to return.
They're so slow. And what's keeping Ace and Lotus?
You know, the incinerator probably. Suddenly the elevator opened. A single person stood there. Where's the axe, Clover?
Clover! I guess you're the first one back.
It was only Clover inside. He didn't see the rest. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposefully stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her.
Where's everybody else? What happened?
Well, you know, just an axe murderer appeared out of nowhere and axe murdered everyone. She didn't answer. The rest are back down there, don't worry. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei.
Where are Ace and Lotus?
You know, planning an escape.
Oh, Ace said he wanted to show Lotus something, so they went into that hallway.
Junpei explained what had happened.
Oh, then they went over there?
Her voice was small and timid.
Yeah, I think so.
He repeated his earlier question.
So where are June, Santa, and Seven? Why aren't they with you?
I'm pretty sure they got axe murdered.
You really want to know?
Well, I guess it's Junpei's turn to get axe murdered. There was something wrong with her smile.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Meet my friend, Axe.
Here, let me show you.
Clover pulled something out of her pocket and tossed it onto the floor at Junpei's feet. She yelled it was Clover in time and clovered all over the place. Let me ask you a question.
Huh?
He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings.
Bracelets. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit.
Junpei collapsed.
No. No way. No way. This has got to be some kind of joke.
You're like keeping us on the edge of suspense here, yeah.
This can't be real.
Junpei's body felt like rubber. His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest, and his hands shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The three bracelets sat. Let's try that again. The three bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces.
3, 7,
And
6.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so.
Clover equals girl boss. How the fuck did Clover get 7? You know, just... Yeah. She built it poorly, yeah.
1. You escape from this ship. 2. More hardly, which is 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or detects that the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
She had OP ambush position, yeah. She's quite skilled at axe murdering.
But why?
Axe. Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold.
Revenge for my brother.
You killed the wrong person. It was Ace that did it. It was Axe. I almost said sheesh.
He was forced into door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him?
Oh, Clover. Oh, don't worry, she'll get to Ace. Cool.
It could only have been Santa and 7. That's why I killed them.
2 plus 3 plus 7 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
Why?
Because you didn't fix her. There's a bonus ending in iOS version where she syringes you in revenge for door 3. Yeah, iOS like iPhone. Yeah, I got it. Interesting, though.
Why did you kill June?
What's the word? The non-accomplice, what's the word? I'm blanking so hard. Witness.
Because she tried to protect them.
Of course she did.
She was in my way. She had to die too.
Not a bad deduction if you were crazy enough to do door 3. Honestly, yeah. Not unlike June would let her keep the axe. Yeah, I mean...
No.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself from what had to be a dream.
No. No.
It couldn't be real. It just couldn't.
Hey, Junpei.
He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. Her smile was wrong. Horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human.
Let's go.
Her hand reached out toward him.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave this ship.
What the hell are you talking about?
Girlie just has a taste for blood now. That's all. She'll grow out of it. Yeah. You can fix her, Junpei. Yeah, there's still time to fix her.
To open a numbered door,
You need the bracelets, not the people.
Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this...
Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was another bracelet. Junpei could see the number on the face. 0. 0.
0 bracelet. You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave. You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us.
4 plus 5 plus 0 equals 9.
See? So let's go. Come on! Hurry up!
She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon. But there was something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess, filled with love.
Junpei.
Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep. So deep. Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her. His mind was beginning to crack, and his heart began to melt.
Junpei.
And the hand she was offering him, it looked so soft, so inviting.
Clover.
Girly crazy Junpei. Quit falling for crazy chicks, Junpei. Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers.
Yeah?
How old is Clover, actually? Oh, axe. Oh, she's 18. Okay. So, Junpei, how does it feel to get axe murdered? Didn't think the Clope ending would be the one Clover. Never mind. You're waiting for that axe movie. Junpei writhed in agony. He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. Kinda hides. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually, his movement slowed, then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnants of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover.
Thanks, Junpei.
Oh, she was weird. She was wearing heels this entire time? Damn. More power to her. To be fair, Ace and Lotus are already long gone through door 9 at this point. Yeah. Well, probably just Ace, because he most likely killed Lotus. Probably.
I'm just gonna borrow this, okay?
Her smile was cold. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away. All that was left was a twisted, broken corpse. Clover's the girly pop ever, yeah. She was literally slaying, yeah. It's the Clover slay end. Oh, hey, there's the axe. I haven't played Somnium Files. I plan to do that after I'm done with the Zero Escape series. And then a couple years later, Clover becomes the main character for Lollipop Chainsaw. Oh boy. Your thoughts exactly? Oh my. Okay, so where's the option to just exit to the title screen from here? Because we finished everything. Look at that. This is a very complete flowchart, if you ask me. Is your Escape 2 and 3? Fun to follow for that, yeah. Next week, I'll be doing some Jackbox as like a celebration for completing the game, and also so that way the next Danganronpa game that we'll be playing on Thursdays will be starting at the same time. But we do plan to do VLC. Yeah, I do have the second game. Actually, Relix here gifted me the 2-pack that's on Steam. So yeah, I'll be doing VLC after a filler week. I have tried Danganronpa. We are actually going to be finishing Danganronpa 2 on Thursday. So, if you guys like murder mysteries, we do Danganronpa on Thursdays. Yeah, we're finishing Danganronpa 2 on Thursday in particular. And then after that, we'll be starting Ultra Despair Girls, which of that I've only played the prologue, but the rest of the Danganronpa games I've played in full. Murder. VLR is great. Oh, I was calling it VLC. Oops, my bad. Menu, menu, let me out of here. I guess I might as well save, because why not? Yes, to the title screen, let me leave. Yay, we 100% of the game. Look at all this. Wow. And then if you really, really like VLORD, then I would recommend VTD. I do kind of want to play it, and then after that, play some Medium files. Zero Escape is better than Danganronpa. Who said that? I like both. They're both over the top in their own ways. Their game is good. Okay, let me get to this screen. We're done with the game for tonight. Yeah. You love ZTD. You understand why people have problems with it. I see. You know, it's gonna bug me. I need to be a little over here instead. Yeah, and let me get that saved on the settings, because it's gonna bug me otherwise. VTube Studio, let me live. There we go. Better position. One is very Wikipedia lore time, one is just fucking silly times on Danganronpa. Yeah. It released on the PS Vita? Interesting. I have a PS Vita. I wish I had a PS TV. VTD is on the Steam, yeah. I have it on my wish list. It was crowdfunded? Oh, interesting. Learning so many fun facts about these games. Man, I'm actually playing so many games that are like published by Spike Chunsoft, so that's kind of silly on my end. Just not part of the Zero Escape bundle. Yeah, it's its own release. Let's see, where is it? Here. Yeah, I can get 20% off of it because of the Steam bundles. It's not on sale right now, unfortunately, so it's the full 20. But since I got the other ones with the bundle, it'll be $15.99, so that's cool. But we gotta do the other game first. No thoughts at empty. Spike Chunsoft is a bit visual novel starter pack. I do feel self-conscious about that a bit. I mean, yeah, I do mostly visual novels, so it kind of makes sense that I end up having a lot of Spike Chunsoft published games. So, like, we're my current schedule, there's obviously Zero Escape that we're doing, which is published by Spike Chunsoft. But then also, on Saturdays, I've been playing the Science Adventure series. So, that's, like, Steins Gate, Chaos Head. We're currently on Robotics Notes, so all of that we do on Saturdays. We started with Steins Gate, then we did Chaos Head, and now we're on to Robotics Notes. We're actually going to be finishing the second chapter of Robotics Notes on Saturday, and then doing the third chapter, because I tend to prefer to do chapters all in one go when possible for the Science Adventure series, but Robotics Notes made that difficult because the first chapter was like 12 hours or something stupid like that. See, what other Spike Chunsoft? Danganronpa, yeah. And that's it. The only games that I've been playing that haven't been Spike Chunsoft in my weekly lineup is Taisho Alice, which is the ultimate game of all things, and then the Neptunia series on Mondays. We actually plan to do Phoenix, right, Relix and I, whenever we're finished with Taisho Alice. That could be before we do Heads or Tails, or after we do Heads or Tails for Taisho Alice. Kinda depends on when we end up finishing the epilogue for it, and then if it goes on sale. But I already do own Ace Attorney. The... what's it called? It's a trilogy, yeah. Heads and Tails is up in the air right now when we do it. Yeah. Phoenix Wright is mega hype, early 2000s gay culture, I love it. Yeah. I have seen the entire anime of Ace Attorney for what's been released, so it's not like I'd be going into that completely blind, but it'll be fun to see, like, the differences and whatnot, too. But yeah, we like to do visual novels here. You haven't seen anime? That's fair. You don't understand, the games are so gay. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are. I love me some gay shit. They are indeed very gay. Yeah, they really are. That's gay as 2001 allowed. It do be that way sometimes. They really do. Do I remember following this person? Oh, I do remember this person. Okay. Me just looking to figure out who to. Just as gay as pre 9/11. Like, we'll talk about it a lot when it comes up. Oh yeah, definitely. Who to raid? Oh, I see. It seems like Violet Morris is planning to do a rebrand type of thing for new name stuff. Interesting. I was wondering what just chatting important decision-making stream happening could be. Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you popping in whenever you can. I hope you enjoy our adventures. Yeah, I'm glad you found me too. It's a lot of fun here. Is there anyone else playing Zero Escape right now? Or is it just me? It is in fact just me. Okay, let's go. I think I will just go ahead and raid Violet Mars. They're doing just chatting stream right now and doing important decision making. So it'll be fun to see what they're up to with that specifically. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I do appreciate it. You joined in the dong. Yes. Blooming Peachy does read with me for Danganronpa because I am not going to do 8 female girls and 8 male characters at once because oh yeah, it is going to be the game ending, so we might not have too much voicing to do. It might just be like the investigations and flashbacks. We'll see what happens though. Yeah, Zero Escape does spoil us with full voice acting. It does give me a nice little break though. Like, I actually got sick not that long ago, and like Zero Escape being fully voiced was very, very helpful. But yeah. Budget? Oh, what's that? Yeah, I'll most likely be Phoenix for the Ace Attorney streams. Yeah, the dub is pretty fire, I do agree, Peachy. Budget in my visual novel? Unheard of, truly. It does mean you get to be Edgeworth, unfortunately. Because I feel like it would be fun to read as Edgeworth, but then I'll be just arguing with myself, and that's not that fun, is it? But yes, I can't have thoughts in my head. I'm not good at retaining thoughts, which is why I'm mid at puzzles. Yes. Buffering. Loading. Yeah, or you'd have to be the system, which is usually Maya. No, I'd rather die than voice Maya. Not to be dramatic, but You're a story person carried through puzzles by Twitch chat. Oh, you streamed VLR as your first game? Nice. When I started streaming, I actually was doing only art streams. Maya do be like that, that's true. You were selfish and wanted help. That's valid. That's so valid. Art is cool though, you love watching art streams? Well, lucky for you, I do art streams every Wednesday. We do a lot of stuff here. This is why I normally call myself a variety streamer, even if it's mostly visual novels. I think my brain's just gonna keep buffering, just for fun, as a treat. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I do hope to catch you all next time. I do plan to streep. You also thought about that variety streamer as channel for visual novel. Oh, I link. People love it. Yeah. Or pilling. I can read. Streep. Yeah. Listen. Words are hard. Yeah. Okay. I will get words out of my mouth. Meryl Streep. So true. Yes, good night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll catch you all whenever next time is. Good night. Yeah.